Yo, what is good everybody? It's your boy the strongest wizard, and tonight is indeed Fight Night, and we have our first OP04 match here, and it's going to be between myself on the right hand side and my boy on the left rocking out that Rebecca, and of course I'm rocking out that green purple Doffy. If you don't know what Doffy does, at the end of your turn, unrest 2 Dawn, which is insane. And we have Rebecca here, which is as a dual color leader here that once per turn you can tap 1 card if you have 6 cards or less and search the top 2 cards for a just roasted type, pick one up and then trash the rest. So we have here myself. I did have Rebecca starting going first because we want Doffy always to go second. And quick shout out to today's sponsor, which is DXN Outpost, DXN Provisions, the only place where I get all my sealed product. And right now we have OP04 still live, so if you're interested in any product of OP04, check the link down below. So we saw the 5k swing going into life. He's going to end up taking it, and I'm going to throw down the Nami. Another reason why we love to go second with this deck, because we're able to use all of Nami's abilities, which is our whole entire engine of this deck. Without the searchers, it would be nothing. So passing turn, restanding 2 Dawn, and if you didn't see earlier, we saw that Kairos coming down. Kairos being a very nasty card, pretty much preventing it from death, like at all times. Like, you're never going to see me ever swing into Kairos, and the reason why is because Rebecca and the stage allow it that when it does die, or when it's attempting to be KO'd, whether it's through battle or through an effect, you can actually negate the KO by resting your leader or your stage. And spoiler alert, Rebecca cannot attack, so there's no reason why you would even suspend her unless it's about another card ability. So I'm going to swing a 5k swing into live, grabbing that Fiesta off leader ability. He's going to counter out of it. 5 into lead with leader here. He's going to take it, of course, tapping 4 for a Brook effect to throw down Nami. Nami again searching top 3 for another film card, and I'm going to grab another 2k counter, which is going to be that chopper. And passing turn, setting 2 active. Yes, this is a very, very interesting game here because I do believe that Doffy has the upper hand in this matchup, and the reason why I think so is because you're able to kind of swarm the board as well as keep all of his characters suspended with cards like Uta, 10 cost Doffy, things like that, and plus having so much counter with event cards, it's kind of insane and kind of broken, honestly. But here we have an insane loop that we can do here. Not really of a loop, but just a broken combination here. Orlumbus is able to -4 cost a character, and in exchange to popping a character, and he's able to trash the top 2 cards of his deck to do so. So he's gonna actually use the ability here to neg the standing Nami. Kairos' ability is going to allow him to neg the death by suspending Rebecca, and then he's going to swing into lead, and then using another Kairos to pop the Nami. He's milling 2 right now for the Olympus. He did forget to do it, and then he's using Kairos' ability in order to pop something on play. He's able to trash 1 card from top of his deck, and so we see the Barstado popping the other Nami, and this man just wiped my whole entire board and now has 3 5Ks on the board, which is kind of scary because I am still setting up my board here. And with Doffy here, we kind of have a more of a coordinated, easy to go turn. You always know on their 7 Dawn or their 8 Dawn turn, their 6 Dawn turn, you know exactly what they're gonna be able to do. So currently all my Dawn are called for, so I can't get rid of that Orlumbus, which I am trying to constantly do. But we still see the Luffy coming down, Luffy dropping that Uta, and passing turn, restanding 2, leaving 3 Dawn open. Uta is insanely good in this matchup, being able to rest Kairos when one of them attacks, or that Olympus. But we see a lot of removal coming from the end of the Rebecca player. So let's see how exactly I'm able to combat this. And we can actually, we're having this man here continue the cycle, continue the loop of that Orlumbus / Kairos ability, which is really, really good. Being able to remove, 5 cost bodies is pretty insane because Kairos' ability, of course, if you don't know, is on play you pop a 1 cost or lower, and then you trash the top card of your deck. So he's going to use the ability here to neg the Uta, making her 0 cost. Kairos' ability suspending Rebecca to keep it alive. And let's see exactly what he wants to do. And you see another Kairos in his hand. Rebecca ability is searching top 2 for a Dressrosa type, and he's actually going to trash both, being 3 swords and Kuzan. You hate to see it, but it does of course happen. And we see the the Kairos probably going to come down here. Does he want to bait some of these attacks first, or is he going to go straight into it? Yeah, we're going to go straight into it, popping that Uta, and me slightly crying on the side there, as you can see. And we see a huge 9k swing going into, he does actually say Brook at first, but then he changes his mind and goes to, of course, that Doffy. And let's see if I end up taking it or not. 9k swing is pretty big. Of course, Luffy being a 7k blocker is also very big. But I'm going to go ahead and block it here, tapping to throw down the Spider event card to restand Brook. It's like a Paradise Waterfall, but just way better. It's a 2 cost. And I'm going to go ahead and tap 1 for that Paradise to restand and counter out of that 5k swing. And now I force him to not swing with Orlumbus, because the most you can make him is a 6k, and obviously with that Luffy, stops him in his tracks. Throwing down the Fiesta to search the top 5 for a film card, grabbing that Uta. Actually don't know if I actually might have only searched 3 at that point. I don't remember. It definitely should have been 5. So we see a 5k swing going into life. He's currently at his currently at 2 life. We see a 6k swing going into life, and you're thinking to yourself, Wizard, why are you saying 6k and not 7k? Well, that's because my Dawn is already called for. I already have an idea what I want to do with my Dawn, and he doesn't end up taking it, going down to 1 life. So I drop a Luffy here and drop another Uta, passing turn, setting 2 more active, which is of course is really good. I have currently 3 blockers on the board. Now that Orlumbus is still on the board, that annoying card is still there. Let's see exactly what he's gonna do with that combination. We do see the Sabo and Luffy in his hand, so he definitely has plays, on top of the fact that Coliseum is live, giving all of your Dressrosa type characters rush when fighting other characters. So he's actually able to do quite a bit of damage here. Let's see exactly how he wants to approach it. He's going to use leader ability. I'm sorry, not leader ability, or Orlumbus ability to neg the cost of the Uta, and then popping it with another Kairos. Yo, this Kairos is killing me, man. This man saw all 4 Kairoses, which is insane. Yeah, so we see 4 Kairoses. We have 5k bodies on the board. So we're gonna see a 5k swing going into Brook here, and I'm sorry, at life, and I'm actually gonna end up taking it. Now I need Brook alive because I want another swing into life, since he is only at 1 life. I want to go for game next turn. I feel like I'm kind of forced to do so, just because there's so many 5k bodies on the board. So much board presence, and you see that 10 cost Kuzan in his hand. Of course, you can't play this turn because he already spent 3 Dawn, but for next turn, that can be kind of a scary idea here. We're swinging 5k into the Brook. I'm gonna block it with the Luffy, and yeah, let's see here exactly how much he's gonna want to commit to his characters to try to get rid of that Brook, because I think that is what he's aiming for. And yeah, it looks like here I'm just marking it with the dice to make sure that he has already used the ability for Orlumbus. We're doing another 5k swing into life here. I'm gonna go ahead and into Brook. I'm gonna go ahead and block with that Luffy, of course. And now that Kairos does have rush, of course, like I did mention before. He can't attack lead, but he can attack that Brook. At this point, I kind of see, like, why not? You wouldn't attack it. There's really no harm here. So yeah, we see a 5k swing into that Brook. I'm gonna counter out of it with 2k. Another 5k into that Brook. I'm gonna counter with a chopper, and it looks like we see that Luffy coming down. 7 cost Luffy, 7k. Yeah, he's a beater. So we're swinging 7k into that Brook. He definitely wants my man's dead. Fortunately for me, I do have a counter, which is going to be that Thunderblaga plus 4k to let him stay alive. And now we see another 7k swing, and finally it does go down. Fortunately for me, that Luffy's unable to refresh at its refresh phase next turn, so a bit of a less of a threat here, but we're going to see a 9k swing going into life, and he does take it. Unfortunately, that triggered pops a 5k or less, and I'm sorry, a 5 cost or less, and we see that Luffy swinging here for game. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I really do appreciate it, and stay tuned because I have a ton of new OP04 content coming out soon. See ya!